Oh, yo, lifers. Oh man. Um, I'm sorry for the low energy opening. For those of you who might have been on YouTube, you were seeing the issues I was having. For those of you on Facebook, you did not because Facebook, for whatever reason, again, relocks my live every week and did it again this week, but then wouldn't allow me to change um the audience to take it from only me um, to make it public. And it looks like it's locked back again. And this is ridiculous. I mean, absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I mean, don't ask me why they've made whatever changes they've made that does not allow um that does not allow my Facebookers to see uh this real uh, doesn't allow me to change the audience or why it locks the reels. I literally just went to my default. Listen, hold on, because this is really nuts. And Facebook, y'all need to do better. Y'all need to do better. Y'all just changing whatever functions whenever y'all feel like it in a way that does not benefit people who want to use uh people who want to use your site. Like, tell me why. Why? Why would you make it so that I cannot change the audience? Why would you make it so? Why would you make it so that it, while everything else, my reels, my posts, public immediately, default audience setting, public, but for some blasted reason, y'all got this locked. All right, Facebook, I see you. Whatever stupidity y'all on, I see you. Um, Let me see something. 'Cause this is really some nonsense that y'all decide to do. And I don't like it. I really, really do not like it. Um, yeah, no, I don't. I don't like it. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage. You wasted over 40 minutes of my time. More than that. More than that. Um, all right, so here's what I'm gonna do. Here's what I'm gonna end up doing. Here's what I'm gonna end up doing. Here is what I'm about to end up doing. Um, because Again, Facebook wants to be idiotic with how they're locking the live. Um, it's actually insane. Um, it's crazy. I'm going to another page to see if maybe I can see it live. Um, alas, I do not. Alas, I do not see the page. All right. All right. So something's gonna have to give. Um, and what I'm going to do this week, it seems as though we will be watching squarely from YouTube this week until I could get this thing with um yeah, until I could get this thing with Facebook back on course. It seems as though uh the live will be on YouTube specifically. Because again, I don't know what made them take away what made them lock the page and then take away my ability not to unlock it. That's so stupid. It is so stupid. So freaking stupid. And I'm very very upset about this. To all the lifers on Facebook, I truly apologize. And to the YouTubers, I apologize because you know what I'm saying? The feed was ready from jump. Y'all done seen it get cut twice. Um, all that. Uh, the hell? Let my laptop to want to play ball. Life really want to be lifing today while I'm recording this stream, huh? All right. So this is how I have to do it. It'll be like I said, everybody who's joined in the chat will have to join from YouTube today. Um, I know it was way more convenient for, you know what I mean, everybody on Facebook to uh just you already in Facebook, just chat from there. But again, this is beyond my control. This was not something I could have foreseen. So yeah, I'm gonna blame y'all too, dude. Facebook locking my it's unlocking my live in only me mode. And taking away ability to unlock it. Is that all waifus join the YouTube live chat for the episodes until further notice. tonight and until further notice. At least this is public. This is crazy, y'all. Crazy, crazy, crazy. I did not expect this at all. Raggedy. That's what my co-host would say about y'all on Facebook. She would call y'all raggedy. Yeah. hmm That's exactly what she would call y'all. Raggedy. Do not approve. Do not approve of y'all foolishness. Truly do not. Just random behind change, man. No, like I didn't get no notification on that from Meta or Facebook. It didn't notify me that they would be, you know, changing the way that you could post lives. Again, of all things, to not fall under the default content settings, default audience setting. Like, you know what? You know who I blame for this? Oh, Shannon Sharp. I blame you. I blame you. Because you said you went live by accident. So that's why they locking it. That's why Facebook is locking the live every week. So that can't nobody else say they went. You said it on Instagram, but now they gonna say, "Hey, you didn't go live by accident on you on Facebook, money. You did wherever else you said you did it, G. You did not do it on Facebook because we locking your live. So even if you in there with Michelle and you hit the button, you got to go hit another button, scroll down, and then hit public for everybody to see it. Shay, I blame you, dog. They was thinking of people like you why they made this so damn complicated all of a sudden. Oh man, I ain't gonna lie, this is a bummer. This took the wind out my sails. I'm gonna still get this episode done. I ain't finna lie to y'all. I'm not gonna let it like stop me, but it took a lot of wind out of my sails to have to literally spend over 40 minutes trying to fix something that should not have been a problem. Um, like damn near an hour. It took me trying to fix something that still isn't fixed. Um, to be honest, but like I said, YouTube just being YouTube exclusive, it's just gonna have to be the workaround. It's just gonna have to be the workaround until I can find out um what it is I can do. Right? It's bogus. Like technically, it's saying I'm live, but matter of fact, let me show y'all something right quick. Can I? Hold on. I say, can I flip the screen around? because I don't want to do too much and then I'll mess this up. Because I would like to show y'all that I'm not just capping. You know, this is not some kind of dastardly ploy to force y'all over in, you know, to Facebook. Mwahahaha. Nah, like just drawing bugging. Just can you see the screen? You want to see that? Okay. So yeah, y'all seeing it move as I move. So it is live right now, but as you can see right here, it's locked. Only me. Only me. And it won't let me change it. Bogus. Bogus as hell. Facebook, you raggedy mother. Mm. Mm. Too pissed with y'all. You heard me? I'm too pissed with y'all because y'all cutting into my audience and everything I had planned for the night. But hopefully the lifers will make their way over. Um, hopefully lifers will make their way over to the YouTube live chat. Make sure that's active as well. There's a live chat for where is it? 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 Now let me double check that. Because then, if it's no live chat, that's really bogus. If because I they can't be both uh trying to screw me. Pause. They can't be both trying to do me dirty. No way. No way. All right, I am gonna mute this because I don't want the feedback. So I'm gonna mute it for a second while I check this out. Okay, cool. Yep. Yep. So um the live chat is active. Allow me to let my folks know on the regular page as well of the faux pas. That's the other thing. These notifications I'll be sending out be too slow. Like, I don't even know what that be about. I don't even know what that be about. So then I gotta send a message on here too. Tonight's episode. Only available through YouTube. Oh, available via YouTube. Yeah, this is crazy. Just a crazy turn of events. Free to join the live chat. All right. All right. That is about the best that I can do. Oh, man. Man, oh, man. Oh, man. That is just like, it's uncool. Not cool, Facebook. Not cool. Just why just like decide right now? It just you know what? See, bad enough that this conflicted with game one of the finals. And me being the basketball junkie I am, that will give an excuse to not watch. I mean to not podcast tonight, but that's really not an excuse, let's be honest. I'm trying to, stay locked in with y'all. So that'd be a piss poor excuse not to record. You know what I'm saying? That would be me putting the NBA over the community that we build, and quite frankly, um, because I want this to grow into something consistent and whatnot. Like, well, not consistent. I want this to grow into something real. Um, and yes, I'm not going to be one of the people who pretend like I don't have the goal of at some point getting paid to podcast. I'd be a fool to sow into the millionaires business over my own. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going, you're not going to get a podcast tonight so I can watch game one of the finals. So I could watch a bunch of millionaires live out the dream that I didn't, that I wasn't good enough to live out, and watch a bunch and help put money in the pockets of a bunch of billionaires who pay those millionaires. Like, how dumb do I sound? Right? Like, tell me you don't want it without telling me you don't want it. You're right. Tell me you don't want to be. You don't take podcasting seriously without taking podcasting seriously. Without telling me you don't take podcasting seriously. Sorry for my words. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little flustered with everything that that happened. I'm not gonna lie to you. It definitely got me beside myself and highly annoyed. Oh man, highly annoyed. I ain't gonna lie to you. All right, so I'll just start talking about what I came to talk about, and hopefully you guys will join along at some point um, and add to the conversation. This is episode 79. If you know, see the title, it's called After the Storm. Last week was episode 78, the calm before the storm. And I mean, literally, I couldn't have found a more fitting name for last week's episode because it was literally like I had this really, really rough, like last week was just rough, and every day seemed like a long day. But I knew that the weekend was going to be emotionally jam-packed, that um, it was going to require levels of effort and sensitivity more so than I put out on a regular basis. Um, you know, levels of awareness, preparedness to sacrifice, all these different things, right? I knew that's what my weekend was looking for last weekend. Um, so every day leading up to Friday, and it was all going to start with Friday. Every day leading up to Friday seemed like a bit of a long day. But when I went to record last Thursday, um, what happened? My youngest, I believe, was out cold. My wife wasn't even in the house at the time. Or was he out with her? And my son was in his room. I don't even, it was so quiet, I don't even remember. All I know is that my wife was not in the house. I don't even remember where my boys was at the time. It was that quiet. Even the cat didn't, do her typical meow thing in the middle of the podcast. That quiet. Um, so it allowed me to talk to y'all, to be vulnerable with y'all about the circumstances of the coming week. And um, we had chopped it up for a bit after that. Um, so it was literally because, I mean, no lie. After I had logged off with you guys, after I signed off with you guys and closed my laptop, the storm was already brewing. Um, my wife's emotions were really, I can't even say stirring. They were already going crazy because of the weight on her shoulders of the things that she had to make for the celebration of life for Aiden, Will, and I. Because that's a constant reminder that, our boys are not here with us. You know what I'm saying? It's that much weight on it. Um, she went to make sure she got it right for the families. She went to make sure she got it right for her little cousin. So that was a burden that she had. Um, but she was tired. You know what I'm saying? Like she was already fatigued just because, the days and the dailies, you know what I'm saying? But then again, prior to that, running around trying to make sure we got everything for Nick for his prom. Then of course, because the mental and emotional fatigue set in with everything that was going to be going on that weekend, that wore down more, made her a little bit more irritable in some spaces. Um, yeah, it was just literally as soon as I had stopped life be life and life started life. Um, so At this point, it's not to say I won't have any more storms in life. It's not saying that. But at this point, um, it is after that particular storm. So I guess this is the debrief. Um, so I'll walk you guys through how things went. Um, so I called off Friday as well. I wanted to make sure that I was 100% available for my son. Um, this fly that keeps flying back and forth is really distracting and really annoying. I mean, it tonight is trying to get me frustrated enough to just be like, you know what, man, screw this. But I'm not going to do that. I'm gonna finish this out. Whether, whether, you know, again, I apologize um for letting my energy be affected by the frustration because I could tell in my voice, I could see in my posture, and I'm trying to tighten up. But one, it's not the easiest subject matter to go back to talk about. But I was prepared. My energy was high. I was ready to go. And then, the technical difficulties and the time wasted, you know, my own, and I'm being transparent with you guys. It's men's mental health month, so I'm being transparent with you guys about what's going through my mindset. Um, I've admitted before on a particular episode that I have a problem with punctuality. So the episode telling you guys I want to start by 8:30. Um, my my feed not starting till 8:38, and then finding out that I couldn't unlock it for people on Facebook. All that was frustrating as hell, frustrating. And then like I said, now this stupid behind fly want to keep flying back and forth in front of not just where I'm sitting, but I can literally see it on the screen. It's just like, damn, bro, like, cut it out. Like I don't want to overreact, and I don't want to, over dramatize and be like, damn, can I get a break tonight? Because honestly, I ain't take out tonight, man. Life can't be that bad. If you could afford takeout for your whole family and you a family of four, life can't be that bad. Let's just be honest. Let's just be honest. The fact that I have, you know, uh, multiple devices to try to make this podcast work, life can't be that bad. So I'm not trying to just blow a gasket, but I'm not gonna lie, like I'm not frustrated. Anyway, as I was saying prior, I digress. Um, so took Friday off. Was chilling early in the day, trying to get our bearings. Um, and then it came time to take my. Then we was trying to clean up the house a little bit, just in case any guests come by. Anybody went to stop here before they went to his date's house, his girlfriend's house, for the send off. Let's make sure everything was on the up and up. And I took him to go get his haircut. Shout out to Brett at Trademarks. Shout out to the Trademarks Barbershop out here in Callendale on McDade Boulevard. I don't have the address off the top of my head, so I apologize. But shout out to Trademarks Barbershop. It's always, you know what I mean? It's that barbershop atmosphere where everybody show you love, whether they your barber or not. They show your kids love whether they, cut their hair or not. Um, and it's just all good in there. You know what I'm saying? It's all good in there. Shout out to Brett specifically, my boy's barber. I appreciate you know, I appreciate the bond that you are deliberately trying to establish with my oldest child. Everything from advice about girls to conversations about school to conversations about handling conflict. Everything to even talking to him about the haircut you were giving him. versus the afro he had been walking around with and not really trying to do much to. Um, he likes his hair, by the way. So, um, he don't always like change, but he liked what you did. So, hopefully you see this and I mean, of course I shake your hand and tell you I appreciate you every time I leave. But truly, Brett, I appreciate you. And I shout out to all the guys at Trademarks Barbershop, um, on McDade Boulevard. But yeah, we went, got his haircut, came back, and it was time to go, pretty much after he showered, had to get ready, shoot over there. Excuse me. Oh God, I'm yawning. That's terrible. Um, shoot over to his girlfriend's house, and I'm wondering if I should say this. No, I'm not gonna say it. Um, just because it's not my place to say. But let's just say that I'm the type of person that notices that every time you have these birthdays, these graduations, these proms, it's always somebody in the mix who's absent in these kids' lives the whole time up until they doing something. And the people whose friends and families from afar, I could understand to a certain extent, but it'd be annoying when these people want to take center stage. That's as much as I'm gonna say about that. Um, as much as I'm gonna say about that, because some of y'all was getting in the way of you know, what my brother was trying to do with the camera. Shout out to my younger brother Nigel. Shout out to his photography business, Nigel Snapped, Nigel, Snapped. If you in Philly or the tri-state area and you need photography done, look up Nigel Snapped. He does excellent work. He's very personable. He's very respectful, punctual, early even, and he's very good with communicating with you to help you get the best results and to capture your moment in ways that you didn't even realize you wanted. Not just he would do the best to not just complete the vision that you had for your moment, but to enhance it. That's even better. A more true way to say that. So shout out to Nigel, aka Nigel Snap, for doing his big, you know what I mean, his big 1-2 for his nephew's prom. But yeah, I peeped some of y'all was trying to get in his way a little bit. And even that, he's not a pushover with that. Like he's great with, again, he's very personable. So he's great with kind of like, all right, I'm gonna let y'all get a couple. And then after a while, I'm gonna say, okay, so let me get these shots. And once I get these shots, I'll get out your way and then y'all can do what y'all want to do. So forth and so on. You know what I'm saying? Again, respectful, but not no pushover neither. Um, so our family members was there, her family members was there. They rented out a couple of cars, drove off. Um, my wife went to go kick it with her sisters. I went back home. Um, I went back home to kind of take some time for myself to decompress, right? Because I figured this weekend I'm going to be surrounded by people. I'm going to be in people's mix. And again, because it's not an easy weekend for any of us, um, I'm like, all right, this is my time to not be in anybody's face. And if I got to break down and cry, I can. If I got to scream, I can. If I want to, drink responsibly, like not while I'm on the road or not if I have to, at a restaurant and then I got to drive home, like home already. So I could pop that bottle, you know what I'm saying? Drink whatever I'm drinking, drink quite a bit of whatever it is I'm gonna drink, you know what I'm saying? And be cool because I'm home. Game, whatever it is I was gonna do. Funny enough, by the time I went and did everything. Like when I got the bottle, went and ordered dinner, went to the market, and got back. My wife and my youngest son was getting back to the house at the same exact time. Can't make this up. Can't plan this. Can't write this. So, um, little one was tired out. He was tucking out. She was pretty tired too. So I still got time to myself for a little bit. And then I went upstairs and kicked it with her. Then our son came home. He said he enjoyed himself, which is great. Because we were so worried about him being able to balance, the weight of his cousin's birthday with, being on the senior prom as a junior. Fortunate enough, he saw one of his homeboys who was there as a date for his his own older sister. His own older sister is a senior, so she brought him as a date to her prom. So that's thorough. Um, and then he saw a couple of people from his soccer team as well as other people he took class with. So it's not like he stuck out and he didn't know nobody and nobody knew him. So praise God for everything working the way it did. Um, the celebration of life had a really good turnout. So grateful that the Grant family and the Hill family, um, got to see Miss Margarita, Miss Edwina, Will, and Hiram and Will's mom, respectively. Um, Getting to see Will's sister, who was always a great help. Anytime I want to do something, for Will, she's always been a great help and facilitator. So it was good to see her. Um, the brick ceremony, the bricks were done very nice and tastefully. My wife did beautiful, beautiful plaques in honor of the boys. I mean, I cried as soon as I saw it. As soon as I saw them, I started crying. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I teared up immediately. I don't think I cried at all for the rest of the weekend, but seeing those plaques for the first time, she listen. I get it. That's my wife, and it's gonna sound like bias, but knick-knack necessities, my wife does amazing work. She does, and even more so for situations like that takes a certain level of delicacy um, to where it pops, but it's not like she's just trying to show her whole ass, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Um, so again, shout out to her with the plaques. Um, Now I was getting the jitters a little bit. I didn't start crying, but I was getting the jitters a little bit, and I could kind of feel my body tensing up before we got there. So I'm part of the reason we was late to get there. So anybody who was there and sees this, my apologies. Um, but nonetheless, everything was beautiful. Got to see people we hadn't seen in a while, guys who played for me and Coach T, um, guys who was around in the neighborhood. There were some notable absences. I ain't going to say no names, but I'm gonna just say I'm not surprised that they didn't show up. Typical. Some people show you how they really feel about you. You know what I'm saying? Um, and yeah, so it was a beautiful situation. It was a great situation. Glad to, see and shake hands with and lay eyes on, you know, all the people who came through. Um, After that, came back home. A couple of Nick's friends who came to support him at the celebration of life, they spent the night, so they was kicking it, doing the homeboy thing. And then came Sunday, my wife's birthday. Uh, we went, I barbecued for her. Not like, hey, everybody coming over and barbecuing, but kind of really just, just threw some stuff on the grill. Um, and, she ate. Her sister and our niece came over. She spent time with her sister, and I kind of tried to get the kids out of their hair so they could, kick it or whatever for a little bit. We ate ice cream cake, which is, saying happy birthday, and that was the end of the night. So, um, yeah, after the storm that was everything that weekend, I can tell y'all that like before all the nonsense of tonight, I was in fairly good spirits. Like I stepped up, I accepted the challenge that I put out there to you guys as far as, with your mental health being under 5 on a scale of 1 to 10, doing something intentionally to lift your spirits, and I accomplished that. Um, I know you always see comic books in the background. It's definitely on top of the monetary value from doing it the right way. um it is something that brings joy to me. It is something that's fun. It is something that keeps me in touch with my inner child, my inner sense of wonder and fantasy and imagination and all that good stuff. So specifically, um seeing, I'll bring it back out again because I think I barely showed it on camera the last time. Specifically, I will reference X Force issue number 5. Um, yeah, I went and got this right now. I'm not gonna bore you all to death with why they've relaunched these titles, these X-Men titles, time after time after time. All I'm going to say is that this is the page that matters more than anything else. This page right here with these African slash Egyptian Avengers. Um, Maybe this will do it a little bit more justice so that you can see them because you can't really see Captain Assyria when I folded the page. So you have Captain Assyria, you have Horus, um, kind of like their version of Thor. You have Storm as Tempest. You have War Machine as their Iron Man, aka Iron Knight. And hold on, I'm trying to get him in the picture. And you have this White Panther down there. Um, I'm not gonna get into the White Black Panther thing too much. I'm not gonna get into that tonight, but the irony of seeing that the story already happened. But just getting to see this Avengers, this version of this Avengers was something that I was excited about. Um, and just having something to be excited about that nobody else has to give a shit about. Nobody else might care. Doesn't mean anything to anybody else. It only means something to me. Like, I don't even know 10 people who gave a damn about these Egyptian Avengers the first time they came out, much less them being used in this X Force book. It just mattered to me. It reminded me of reading it when the first time I saw them in New Warriors. Um, because I really, really enjoyed the New Warriors book when I was young. So much so that I went back and started collecting it. Like I think early 20s is when I started collecting it, and I've been trying to collect the whole initial run of it since. Um, but just that, the all black Avengers, you know what I'm saying? But not just like let's just throw black people in Avengers suits, but like to attach culture to it in a way that was appropriate. You know what I'm saying? Instead of Thor with the, hammer Mjolnir, you have Horus with the Ankh. You know what I'm saying? So like all that kind of stuff. As you can see, I'm even smiling talking about it. So, it brought back that wonder, it brought back that joy, it brought back that moment for me, and it gave me something to be excited about. You won't see him again, probably for who knows how long. And they don't make it past a certain page. You're not gonna see him again after a certain page in the book. So it's no, hey, give them their own title. We're not gonna waste time trying to fight that losing battle. But like I said, it was just a cool, moment of nostalgia to attach myself to. Um, so I did that and it helped. It absolutely helped. I'm at a 5 to 7 right now. Like again, outside of the frustration of what went on with tonight's episode, I was at a 5 to 7. As far as mentally, physically, there's definitely some things I need to take care of and do better at, but mentally, 5 to 7. And I did not think I would be that good by the time the storm had passed. Um, but I did indeed take time for myself to process emotions, to process everything that happened, to process what I liked, what I didn't like, all that. And I'm in a fairly good space. So um again, because I don't see anybody in the chat tonight, um, I want to again apologize because I guarantee I would see people in the chat had we been on Facebook and they could have just jumped in. Um, but I want to just say again, I apologize for the whack nonsense that Facebook pulled that got in the way of how we usually interact. Um, I want to emphasize intentionally, intentionally doing something for yourself to improve your mental health, to improve your mental state, to improve your emotional state, even, and certainly your physical state if need be. Let's be intentional in uplifting ourselves. As I said, nobody was in the chat. I just seen somebody in the chat. Um, Love you, bro. I appreciate you. Add some Archie to your collection. It's probably some Archie somewhere down in the basement. I ain't even gonna lie to you. It's definitely some Archie and Jughead somewhere in the basement. Um, I ain't even gonna lie to you. It's definitely down there. Probably some Richie Rich too, for real, for real. But yeah, man, I just want to of course it's men's mental health month, so I definitely want to stress to the men to do more because it's something that we don't do enough. But just to everybody too. Cuz, what's good? What's good? Man, what's good? Shout out to my cuz. I was just talking about X-Force 5 a couple of seconds ago. I only got it because it had the Egyptian Avengers in it. Like I probably might not buy another single issue of that X-Force run, although I heard it was cool. And you said it wasn't that bad too. Anybody who happens to be into comic books, please on Tik and they also on TikTok, please go follow my cousin Manos1, Manos1 on TikTok. He does weekly reviews, both on Wednesdays when the new comics drop every week, and he does reviews on trades. The collection of books. Do I have a trade line around for people who don't know what a trade is? Yeah. Here we go. Trades like these, the way they have the collection of all the issues in a soft cover or hardcover book. Um, he does Trade Tuesday, where he breaks down some trades that he's reading at the time or whatever. So definitely show him some love on TikTok. Um, Even if you know somebody who's a comic book collector, put them on to him. Put them on to him. You know what I'm saying? Let the knowledge be shared. Uh, but yeah, y'all caught me as I was about to wrap this up. Uh, because the fatigue is definitely it's cool, but it's nothing like the old ones. Yeah, no. This X Force is definitely nothing like the old ones. Just the team makeup alone separates it from all the other X Force teams. And while I get it has its own level of militance, kind of that always separates X Force from the X-Men, it's still nah. Um, because I was only interested in that character that was kind of new, but apparently is not new. Anyway, no problem. Hey, you know what it is, cuz I'm always throw love. You know what I'm saying? I'm always throw love out there for everybody and me. Um, well, like I said, I want to create a community, a network where everybody eats, everybody benefit off each other. You know what I'm saying? We could all tap in with each other for whatever it is we interested in or need. Um, but yeah, I'm about to wrap this up. Um, for those who see now, for the next couple of weeks, um, we're going to be now. If I can get the stream key for TikTok, I will place this on TikTok as well. But tentatively, it will be um YouTube. We will just be here on YouTube. Join the YouTube live chat. I will make sure to share it when I go live. Um, I'll make sure to share when I go live so that y'all know what's going on. And I'll let you guys know ahead of time what time it's supposed to start. Again, that's a real bummer that Facebook getting in my way. Um, but who knows? Maybe it's meant. Maybe there's something meant to be in that. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. But the Lifeline on YouTube is still active. So if you're watching this and you want to be part of the Lifeline and you're on Facebook, DM me, whatever. Um, you know, and I will add you to the Lifeline group. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said, I gave you all the calm before the storm, and I gave you all the update on me after the storm. Man, I made it through the storm of a emotionally packed weekend, um, and I came out of it pretty decent, y'all. So, whatever it is y'all going through, you know, it might take a minute. It's going to take some effort, but be intentional. Be intentional about your rebound. Be intentional about your bounce back. Be intentional about your healing, you know. Um, so as I always say, y'all, on behalf of A.C.E, my brother, that's who you always be, on behalf of the sponsor of the podcast, Denver's mom, the owner of Simply the Shade Catering, and the co-owner of Second Line Express, Keish with the cakes. On behalf of my beloved co-hosts and y'all favorite, witty, wonderful, eccentric, and eclectic goddess, Mimi the goddess, Chev, my guy, Chev, my guy, bro, man, talk about a blessing. I'm glad that I took a little bit long with my sign off just to see you jump in the chat, bro. I'm about to shut this joint down, but bro, I'll be back next Thursday. I would love for you to be back here next Thursday around 8:30, man. I'm keep this going, but blessing to see you as well. Blessing to hear from you, bro. I'll be seeing, your posts and stuff like that. Seeing you over there, being a dope dad with your son. I see you starting your, locking in your family situation, bro. Nothing but peace and blessings, man. That's a guy, if you see Chevron in the chat, who I'm talking to now, that's a guy I went to middle school with. So we got plenty of time, man. That was one of the only friends I had in middle school, for real, for real. Keep it stacked with y'all. So, good to know that you're doing well after all these years, brother. Nothing but peace and love. Um, as I always say, yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. You was there for me during my storms too, man. You know how it be, man. Listen, that's I guess that's one more thing I'm gonna mention as I'm signing out. Yo, be there for who you could be there for. Don't go beyond your capacity though, right? Because we got to recognize where our capacity lies so that we don't burn ourselves out trying to help everybody else. But if you got the capacity to help somebody in a storm or to help them even after they got out of their storm, help them on the bounce back, please do so. And most importantly, men, ask for help if you need it. It's not pussy, it's not weak. All that bullshit they programmed us with that made us not want to ask our brothers, our homeboys, our roadies for help when we need it, make us not, ask our wives for help when we need it. Throw it in the garbage. Do what you can to unlearn it and tap in with your folks. Some people ain't got no folks. Some people ain't got no folks. If you got folks that's ready to ride with you, that'll go through the storm with you, trust in that and use it, man. It's not using them. It's it's doing what friends are supposed to do. It's allowing your friend to be a friend to you. It's allowing that person to love you the way you need to be loved. You heard me? Um, as I always say, y'all, be smart, be respectful, be patient. That includes being patient with yourself. Be kind to as many people as you possibly can. I know some people gonna make that impossible. Don't worry about those people. Please, 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 everybody under the sound of my voice, make sure every single day do at least one thing to be kind to yourself, whether it's motivational pep talk, affirmation, a little treat to yourself. Same way I got that comic book, whatever it is, you know what I mean, that's within your budget. You know, maybe you bought the big jug of water instead of the smaller jug of water. Whatever it is that you could do to be kind to yourself. Look in the mirror, say something kind to yourself. You know, go to bed early. Um, eat better. Whatever it is to be kind to yourself. Every day, take the time out to do at least one kind thing for yourself. Okay? Because a lot of us are there for other people, but we got to be there for ourselves. And you cannot pour out of an empty cup. This cup got some water in it. Pour out of your overflow. You heard me? Take care of yourself so you can pour out of your overflow. I appreciate everybody who logged in with the YouTube. Again, my sincerest apologies for all of the lifers on Facebook who did not get to join, who did not get the notification, who did not see it because Facebook goofy ass locked it and took away my ability to make the audience public. I apologize for us not being able to lock in the way that we typically are. But just know going forward, head to YouTube until further notice. Things change and get it back, cool. If not, then it's just going to be YouTube and wherever else I could place it. Thank you all. I appreciate you all for tapping in. All my bros that tapped in the chat, all the queens who see this from the heart, bad for me and Big Meech. We love y'all. Be safe and stay dangerous. I'm going.